All right, hello everybody. This is Tech Hut. We're going to bring in the video capture as well as the chat into this live stream. This is I'm going to be going over a lot today. I'm going to be going over this pearOS thing real quick while we have people filtering in. There's a lot of news within the Linux community and things going on, so we're going to be covering some of that. Really excited, really looking forward to it. And another primary reason I am recording or streaming is because I am celebrating 50,000 subscribers. So I do thank all of you for subscribing to Tech Hut. Yeah, so we're going to wait for people to filter in here. If you don't know, one thing, it's very hot in here. Can't bring in air conditioning, so you may occasionally see me wipe off my forehead. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun one today. Waiting for some people to filter in. We got 15 of you in here. Hello to everybody. I'm gonna be taking this off the screen now because we are live, and this is pearOS here. Dun, dun, dun. And you probably know I've already looked at pearOS in the past. But both times I was the first time I was very disappointed. The second time I was moderately disappointed. And this is a fairly new release, so we're going to give it a very last chance. Third time's the chance. We're going to be checking this out as well. But we're going to be waiting for some more people to filter in. There's some big things coming up soon with the JingPad. The JingPad is a Linux tablet running on the ARM architecture, and it's a very well-spec'd tablet, and the operating system itself is JingOS. We covered it in the past, but the JingOS versions that we covered in the past were alpha stage, very early development stage stuff. It's still in early development. However, the official release should be coming in December for a very stable version, and yeah, it's going to be very stable coming out in December, and I'm looking forward to that. One of the reasons why I'm talking about it is because I can't say for certain because I won't believe it until it is in my hands, but I may be one of the few people on YouTube to be getting one, and I'm going to be coming out with a video review of the alpha version of the JingPad. But later in this video is when we're going to be getting into the specifications of that. But with that, let's go ahead and run through this pearOS while people come in. This is a new version, so if I go over to... they changed it back to Pafari. Oh no. I gave them credit last time because they changed the name from Pafari to something else, and they went back to Pafari, which is absolutely horrible. Thanks for the question. We will be talking about the Steam Deck very soon. Right now I'm talking about pearOS. I'm just going to run through this real quick while some more people filter in. So they renamed this to Pafari. I talked about this in my last couple streams, but this was just released, so we're giving it third chance, last chance. They ad blocked their own website again. It doesn't look like there was much change necessarily, other than some cosmetic things, but with no open windows. Yeah, no, it looks pretty good. I'll give it that. The reason we're Pafari. It looks pretty good, but yeah, I figured I'd give it a third chance. And again, go up here, this Finder bar. They still haven't gotten rid of the options here. Could make the sound better. Sounds not too good. Here, let's make sure I'm using the right microphone here. Dun, dun, dun. Here, let's switch to this microphone. Okay. Does this sound any better? If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, also let me know. pearOS is based on Kubuntu. I'm fairly certain it has the Kubuntu thing. Oh, I'm on double mic. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. Okay, so that should sound significantly better. Sorry about the double mic. Okay, back to what I was saying. This there hasn't been any changes other than literally no. Okay. Okay. Is that any better? I hope that's better. Yeah, it's not that mic anymore. You sound like you're in the Outlands. Oh no. Perfect now. Okay. Yeah, I had another microphone that I was testing out, and it's not that good as you guys can tell. So I do hope that's sounding a little bit better for you. Thank you all. Okay, as I was saying with this pearOS, the global menu here, they still haven't fixed that. They renamed it back to Pafari, which was not a very good move. So, and they have their own website ad block. There's just a bunch of little things. If I go ahead and go over to Launchpad here, sorry if some of this is cut out. I promise you're not missing anything. They have Gavantum, and they have a couple of their own things in here, but I went and I tried to open them, so they have like Pair TV, and nothing really happens. And then they have, I have no clue what Pair TV is. They have Spectacle. They have the Prairie thing, which I talked about. So it was a whole new version with no changes really, and it kind of backpedaled a bit. Maybe change. You guys are still having microphone issues? Or I'm still having microphone issues? Here. Let's edit this. Customization. Yeah, the audio should be okay now. Dominic, how does the audio sound to you? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, pearOS, there's not really too much differences, but the one of the major things, yeah, Puri, one of the major things that we're going to be talking about here is the no mic is fine. No mic issues, just a long stream delay. Okay, sorry for the delay. We're going to go ahead and open up. So let's get out of here. Let's go to, there we go. What we're going to be talking about real quick is this JingPad. This JingPad, I very highly potentially will have my hands on within about 10 days or so. And it's a very earlier developer preview model specifically to kind of review and check out. This is going to be incredibly awesome. Out of all, even like right here, for example, this is the Pine phone. Now, this is a really cool device, but this is more of like a tinkerer's toy, so to speak. I've tried to use it over the last like week as my primary cell phone, and it has not been that pleasant of an experience because there's just so much little bugs and issues. I mean, it's very usable. Phone calls work perfectly fine. There's some apps that you could get, primarily like podcast applications. There's a Twitter client, things like that. But this is an example of a tinkerer's toy. Now, this right here, the JingPad A1, I'm super excited for this. Just some of the specifications alone. So it's the world's first consumer-level ARM-based Linux tablet. And just based on the specifications and some of the what we've seen in the preview videos, it's looking to be absolutely magnificent. It has an 11-inch 2K plus, so it's probably a couple extra pixels, 2K plus display. It has a detachable. No matter what, um, no matter what version or anything that you get, you're gonna get the keyboard no matter what. Especially if you order it and you buy it in December when it's actually officially released. It is the world's first that comes with a. It has 4,086 different pressure points with the little pin that you could get, and I think the pin. No, it's the other way. It comes with the pencil no matter what, and the keyboard you have to purchase separately. Or you have to purchase the model that comes with one, but you can also go ahead and purchase it separately. Yeah, so we're really excited to check this out. It has an AMOLED 4K full screen display. You can see that it is 266 ppi, ultra high contrast. And the thing that's different between this and something like this is they want consumers to be able to buy this, and like the Pine phone and its operating system are two completely separate things. The main Pine phone, not the main operating system that the Pine phone picked, is the Manjaro Plasma, and the development's separate. And with this, the JingPad and JingOS are the two things they work together. The developers are making sure everything works before it goes to market, and there's rumored to be certain things in the pipeline coming in the future where on this ARM architecture, they're going to be able to get x86 applications to work, as well as they've demonstrated that they can get Android applications to work on this tablet as well. And the combination of that, primarily the Android applications, if they can get those Android applications to work flawlessly within the JingPad, it is going to be a huge success for both the company behind this as well as just the Linux community in general. Because if anybody buys these, they're running Linux with basically a highly modified KDE Plasma. And I also found out the Cutefish and the JingOS team. They're two separate teams technically, but they share office space, so they work with each other quite a bit. So that's where we get some of those similarities between the different operating systems. So that's something that's super exciting. And another thing, like, where's the thing about the camera? The camera on this thing is going to be pretty nice for a tablet. I'm not sure where it is. We're probably gonna have to go under tech specs here. Size and weight, indicators. So they do have a fingerprint indicator. You have a nano SIM tray. It's Type C, so you'll be able to use like a little, like the dock, for example, that came with this little Pine phone here. You're going to be able to use with, or you should theoretically be able to use with this thing. And the camera is 16 megapixel. It's not the best camera in the world in an 8 megapixel front, but compared to this thing, this is magnificent. Because with this phone, like half the time the camera doesn't even work, and when it does work, the delay is so like it's probably half a frame per second kind of look when you go ahead and move it around. And I'm not sure the exact megapixels, but it is just not that good. Hey Tech Hut, it would be cool if you run pearOS. It'd be cool if you change the applications in the new dock. I might be able to do that a little bit later. Please take my money. Yeah, that's what I've been telling them. I've been talking to them back and forth, especially when we're trying to set up something to get a review out on this JingPad. Is some of the stuff that they're doing, especially compared to other projects, is going to be a huge success. Just the 8 megapixel front camera, one thing, I'm not sure if it's going to be a success, but one thing I'm going to try to do is OBS Studio should theoretically work on this thing. So I want to, when I'm in the process of making the review for this thing, if I do actually get it, I want to use it to do a live stream, and then that could be part of the video where I kind of stress test it and see what it really can do, and use like the integrated cameras and things like that. But I'll figure all that if I actually get the thing. 5G, dual band Wi-Fi, Type C interface, we talked about that. Insert Futurama, yeah. Power and battery, it has a 8,000 milliamp battery. So it is a big device. The processing power is pretty good. So I don't expect battery life is going to be crazy good. But with the 8,000 milliamps, it's definitely going to get you through a day. Here are the predictions right here. Up to 10 hours surfing the web, 9 hours using cellular data. So that's just surfing the web, like probably going web page to web page. One thing I'll do is test the battery life, like streaming a YouTube video, for example. I'll play one of those like the 10-hour meme videos where I'll play one of those and see how long it actually lasts. Wait, he's using Windows? Yes. It's a part of a project. I'm using it for a month and then I'll report back to you. Do not fret, I will be switching back to Linux after my little 1-month project here. Operating system is going to be JingOS. Obviously, we were just talking about that. And you can see here it can run Linux and Android apps. Right now, it can, but it's still in development, in the works. But they have until December to get it all up and running. But even with that, they are still giving themselves a little bit of time because in the, was it Indiegogo or GoFundMe? I forgot what they used. Let's see. I'm not sure. But they put a disclaimer saying that it's a development product. It's not going to be, it might not be done in December, but you'll still get it if you order it. Well, it won't be done on the software side, but we'll see. And you can see, you play games on it, you can code on it. This is one of the things I used for the thumbnail of this stream. You have your not your calendar, you have all your alarm clocks, voice memo. The store looks absolutely fabulous. We might throw up JingOS on this stream just to kind of check it out because it's been a couple months since we went ahead and took a look. That's all of his sod. He's using KDE Plasma, yeah. So that's one thing I am really looking forward to is this JingPad. And the the company's Jingling, and you see their friends, Cutefish OS, and then this takes you to the Cutefish OS website, which is a very similar interface to JingOS. And yeah, we'll see if it's worthy. We're going to be getting it. I'm going to be putting it through the ringer. We're going to do battery tests. We're going to do see if it can run OBS. We're going to play some games on it. We're going to do quite a few things, but do note the software is still in development. Anything I will do, there will be improvements on. And the main thing we're going to be looking at is the hardware. That's what I'm looking forward to, ultimately. So, with that said, Valve, they are coming out with their Stream Deck. It's a 7-inch gaming PC. It looks magnificent. You see right here, the controller looks fairly ergonomic for the size. You have your screen there in the middle, and you got the dual analog joysticks, the basic controls you'd expect, but that's not what's cool. We've seen devices like this in the past. What's really cool is if you look down here, they are going to be using a version of Arch Linux. And it's going to be using KDE Plasma for its desktop UI. That is magnificent, and it's honestly probably a really good choice just based on the customization factor. What they could actually do with it. They can completely strip down something like KDE Plasma and really just make their own thing. It's awesome. This thing's going to come in at about $400. I think it said somewhere down here. I'm probably not going to buy one because I'm not a gamer, but just the fact... Now, Valve has been pushing Linux for quite a while. I'm pretty sure they run Proton and all that stuff. That they've been really leaning into Linux when it comes to gaming, especially developing their own stuff. It's really the best way to go about it. So for some of the specifications, it boasts a 7-inch touchscreen at a fairly decent resolution. It's 1280 by 800 with 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM with up to 512 gigabytes of internal storage. Now, depending on the games, that might not be enough. You're probably going to, it says up to, so they have lower options. But if you're getting this for actually playing games and having a big library, obviously you're going to want to go with the Max. Plus a custom designed AMD APU that is optimized for handheld gaming. So supposedly, according to this thing is going to be able to play AAA games with a fairly good frame rate. So this is looking absolutely awesome. You see they added the little Linux guy right here. Yeah, so runs the new version SteamOS, which is based on Arch Linux with KDE Plasma. And it's probably not going to be like customizable like just vanilla KDE Plasma is on the Linux desktop, but it's going to be cool. The onboard USB-C supports a DisplayPort 1.4 with an output up to 8K at 60 Hz or 4K at 120 Hz. Absolute madness. That is fantastic. Choose boot into desktop from what KDE. Yeah. Stream will be its own desktop environment for the console. Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. It's going to be its own highly customized thing. They're probably just building off of KDE Plasma, which is a fabulous thing to build off of. Like I said, $400 for the 64 gigabyte model. See, that's pretty low. You can, especially if they're expecting you to play AAA titles, like it says, where does it say that? Right here, AAA games, and they want you to use 64 gigabytes, like, one, that probably doesn't include the operating system, so that's probably going to be 54 gigabytes. So you could probably not have that many games. So you're going to want to go with more. So it's going to be more than $400. If you're somebody who's getting this, who's seriously thinking about doing some gaming on it, you're probably going to end up spending like $600, depending on the prices. It doesn't have any of the prices for the models up. But 64 at 400 with a max of 512, it's gonna at least be a couple $100 more. But yeah, so that is that. So getting on to the next topic that we're going to be talking about. Well, first I'm going to chit chat with you guys real quick. If the console becomes a success, it would give game developers an incentive to support Linux. This is true, very true. And especially games like you know how cool it would be to be able to do like play Fall Guys or something on this. Fall Guys is one of my favorite games. I love to play that, but it only works on Windows, and it's silly, and it's because of anti-cheat, and anti-cheat only works with the right kernel and all that stuff. It's silly, but if this is a success, we will see them working around that. Finally, a tech stream. So yeah, this device is going to be super cool to check out. Availability, it starts shipping in December, right in time for Christmas. But you can pre-order starting tomorrow. So yeah, we can go ahead and pre-order this thing. I'm not sure if there's a link. Oh, let's see. Valves. Oh, hopefully this video doesn't play. Let's see if there's any more information on the pricing. Because nobody's going to want 64 gigabytes of space. Absolutely nobody. It will run non-supported games without Proton. That would be good. This machine. So yeah, that is going to be something that is cool, and we will definitely be keeping our eye on going forward. And heck, if it's coming out in December, maybe we'll do a hardware hands-on review on it and actually check it out. Just depends on how things are going then. So yeah, we are excited. Okay, so here it is. This is their actual website. Look how good that looks. And yeah, it looks like, at least based on these previews, we've got some pretty good frame rates. Powerful, latest AAA titles, comfortable, versatile. Yeah, it does look like they've nailed the ergonomics thing. Like, it looks better like to hold in your hand than something like a Nintendo Switch, because it's got the rounded ends, it's thicker, it's probably a better experience. Pre-order. Yeah, the Fall Guys that they're working on, that'd be cool too if that started working. And people are going to want to play things like Fall Guys on this, so it really is going to incentivize, and it is going to probably end up unlocking a lot of different titles to the Linux ecosystem. So this is cool. I hit reserve. Let's see if we could get some pricing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see, I said $600. That's if you like. You might get away with spending $529, but in reality, if you're going to be using this, you want that 512 gig of storage, coming in at $649. Carrying case, and it's NVMe versus eMMC, so at least this one, bare minimum. And this one comes with some extra things such as the anti-glare, exclusive, exclusive carrying case, exclusive stream profile bundle, and exclusive virtual keyboard theme. So they're adding a little some extra things here. This one has faster storage carrying case and the bundle, but this one gives you that anti-glare glass. So if you're somebody who wants to play video games outside, I guess you're gonna have a good time. Not signed in. I'm not gonna sign in. But yeah, this is looking cool. Comfort with control, built for extended play sessions. Ooh, it also has an SD card extension. That's nice. Granted, SD card is not going to be nearly as fast as NVMe. I would still want to go with the NVMe versus SD. SD would be cool for other games that don't require like super fast load times from a disk, but a lot of them do. So yeah, that's cool. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to this article. Are you trying pearOS today? This person asks. I kind of did for a little bit. If I go like this, boop, we are now into pearOS. And the reason I was looking at this is because it updated, but then after looking at it for about 5 minutes, I realized there was no actual significant updates other than some general UI changes. So, yeah. Let's close that real quick. And talk about this article. Microsoft, the title's a little silly, but Microsoft just blew up the only reason you can't use a Linux desktop. So we just talked about games and how with some of the moves that Valve is doing, games might be more accessible to the Linux desktop. But now we're going to talk about general applications. And for almost 30 years, the number one reason users have given up or given for not running Linux is because they couldn't run their programs on it. Basically, summary: Microsoft Office is natively coming to Linux pretty soon. Windows 365 Cloud PC is almost here. Yeah, that's cool. I quickly skimmed this article. I really looked into this before talking, but this was something that was pretty cool because a lot of the people who don't want to switch to Linux, they give this as their reason. Microsoft just announced the release of Windows 365 and Cloud PC, a new service built on top of the Azure virtual desktop. And this enables you to bring their Windows 10 and eventually Windows 11 apps, tools, data, and settings to your personal work devices, including Windows PCs, obviously, but Macs, iPads, Linux, and Android devices as well. So that's super cool. Let me repeat. Windows 365 will enable you to run everything I just said on the Linux desktop. So that is just another nail in the coffin to help those who aren't or can't switch to Linux. Gives them another reason to. So that is something I'm looking forward to coming out. If I go ahead and click on this link, let's see where it takes us here. Introducing a new era of hybrid personal computing. So we'll go ahead, let's just go F and search for Linux. So yeah, this is directly on the Microsoft website, and it will allow you to access all your data across any devices with Mac, iPad, Linux, and Android, coming straight from the devil's mouth. So yeah, we should be able to get all those Microsoft applications over. Next is Adobe. Once Adobe products work on Linux, it's game over. It's gonna, because that's, out of any of the comments I get on YouTube or anything like that, it's always always Adobe, Adobe, Adobe. Tim Sweeney is so hypocrite, yeah. Uh, I just ate 2 things of chili cheese fries. God help your toilet. Now that okay, I'm gonna pivot onto this JingPad. This I don't care as much about. It's just kind of a big deal because of those native Linux apps. Um, but we're gonna talk about the JingOS a little more because I can't express to you guys how excited I am for this thing. Let's go over to the good old YouTubes, and I'm not signed in on this one, so we'll go to JingOS, and we're gonna look at that particular. Look at some of these are mine on here. That's cool. So let's go JingOS YouTubers. One thing they're not good at is marketing. But this is the sample device that we're going to be taking a look at pretty soon. Pickle boy. This is the device, so you can see the sticker right on it. This is what they're going to be sending out to some YouTubers. Sample device, JingOS ARM Alpha. It's the DVT version. So go ahead and take a look at this. I'm pretty sure there's no audio. Oh, there is. My apologies if that was loud. But this is the device. Now, this isn't going to be the official packaging or anything like that, but this is what they are going to be sending out, supposedly. And they only show it on for a brief moment, but just look how clean that looks. Look at, ooh. I'm excited for that. This is their demo of the Android ROM demo with the virtual keyboard. So if I go ahead and skip it, this is what the JingPad looks like with their keyboard. Well, their like keyboard case, and you can see the charger on it. You can see the how the charger works with that, and it's a pretty sturdy keyboard. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to check one of those out for quite a while, but that's kind of up in air at the moment. But if you go ahead over here and look, it's launching like Krita just fine. But they have a little timer because they're trying to get everything running quicker. But it's absolutely a beautiful interface. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of equipment. Whoever they're contracting with or whatever, they definitely. You see that? That's I'm pretty sure this is an Android application. Yeah, it's the Android ROM demo and the Jing pencil. Yeah, with the samples, they're not sending out pencils quite yet because they're just not done. Keyboards, like I said, hit and miss, so we might be able to look at that. But I'm not going to say anything for certain until it's actually in our hands and we're able to check it out and run some tests. But yeah, this is Microsoft Office running through an Android ROM, and you can see the pencil works really good. This would be great for students, really for anybody. Yeah, that's their pencil there. That's going to be super fun to check out. This is another example, not something I would ever use, but this is an example of another Android application. Pizza Loving Nerd asks, is this that Harmony OS? So what Android ROM is that? This is, I'm pretty sure this is Candy Crush. But yeah, this is JingOS running the Android ROMs, but how they're going to do it is they're going to really integrate it so it doesn't like appear like you're running a ROM. It'll just appear like you're running a native. That's not stock Android. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is JingOS. Yeah. And now they're going to search on YouTube. JingOS. Oh, look, it's my video. Right there. That's cool. And that one's mine too. I love JingOS. Granted, the first time I checked it out, it was like super buggy, just not that good, but it's gotten a lot better. Speaking of, let's go ahead and check it out. Since this was kind of disappointing, this pearOS, surprise, surprise, it was disappointing. We're going to check out JingOS instead. So let's close down this VirtualBox and see how quickly I can get this. Actually, no, because I think you have to get the ISOs from them. Download Jing. Yeah, download. That's one thing there. Download, how you have to go through this is kind of silly. Yeah, see. Here, I'll go ahead and full screen it while I fill this out to see if I could get a download link. So let's go to full webcam view. Hi, you guys get to watch me sweat. So I'm going to fill this out real quick. You'd think I'd already have one of these, but nah. Actually, let's go with this email. Get download link. Beautiful. Okay, I think we got it. So now we will go over here and grab this, paste it in here, and we have JingOS version 9. So the last one I checked out, I think was 8, I believe. But yeah, so some of the updates in this last version was adaptive layouts, wallpaper settings, complex password settings, blur effects in the notification panel, superposition changes, file apps, now supports compression and decompression. Charging process will show on the lock screen. So we're going to try to get this and check it out. Let's see if this Google Drive, no preview available, download, it might have viruses. We'll just go for it. Dang! 51 megabytes a second. That's not too bad. Yes, this guy is right. JingOS is a full-fledged Linux with heavily customized KDE desktop and deep integration with Android apps. That is more than correct. Do we have a Discord server? Of course we have a Discord server. I will post the link so you all can join it if you would like to. Let's make sure that it doesn't expire. So edit invite link, expire after never, no limit, generate new link, copy. So we're going to go ahead and paste this in here. So that is our Discord. And we're going to go ahead and pin that message. There we go. Sweet deal. Yeah, the ping is nice. I live right next to a college campus, so I'm pretty fortunate when it comes to my internet. Yeah, still a sketchy download link. I have a green screen in the chat overlay. It's no, it's a window capture with transparency. Just like that. And I kind of hide this. I don't really have a good play. I could put this on the other monitor, but then I'd be looking like that all the time. So I put the chat over here. Okay, so we're going to get we're going to be going into JingOS version 0.9. So this is Linux. I'm pretty sure it's not Ubuntu, I don't think. I could be wrong. Let's just go Debian to be safe. Next. And then let's give this 8 gigabytes of RAM. Actually, let's give it the same amount of RAM that we're going to get on those JingPads. So, JingPad A1, text specifications, and display, RAM. So, yeah, 8 gigabytes of LPDDR4 RAM with microSD support. So, 8 gigabytes. Next, create virtual disk. Give it just enough to boot, basically. Emerald's PFP is green screened. Where's Emerald's PFP? I don't know. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's funny. So JingOS, and we're gonna go ahead and start this up. Actually, no. Oh, I always do this. I always forget to let's cancel. close, close. Now it's probably no bootable medium found, power off. Sorry everybody. I'm gonna do this one more time. It's just easier to delete all files real quick and run through this again. JingOS v09. Yeah, Linux, Debian, next. 8 gigs, next. Create, next, next. Boom, boom, boom. Create. And before you do anything, you always want to go to settings and give it some more processing power. Go ahead and enable that. And then we're going to give it all the video memory we're allowed to. Enable 3D acceleration. And now we should have a better experience. Yeah, that is weird. I have no settings that would make that green screened or anything. With Mineclone 5 subgame. I know what Minetest is, but I don't know what Mineclone is. So add, let's go ahead, make sure, oh, there it is, JingOS. Let's go ahead and boot this up. I should probably change the title of the stream. Start. Looks like the JingOS operating system, at least the ISO, is 2.95 gigabytes. So we're going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is get this VirtualBox to match with the JingOS. Okay, let's get rid of the status bar here. And now we should be able to see it. There we go. Squish it down a bit. Jingling. Yeah, Windows 7 isn't too bad. And no, my main browser is not Edge. The main reason why I'm using it is like I have all my tabs for the stream here, all my news articles and stuff, but Firefox is running like all my stuff for the live stream. I always use different web browsers for different things. I usually have like 3 web browsers at the same time. I find it a lot easier with web browsers to like have my school stuff on one web browser, work stuff on another, personal stuff on another, so then you're not flipping in between a bunch of different accounts. Okay, so here is the Jing stuff. So let's go ahead and give this a swipe up. I'm not sure what the password is. Let's just go through like that. Beautiful. Okay, so starting now, let's run through this real quick. See any improvements over the last little bit. If this works. We'll see. Just Ubuntu's boot screen. Yeah, so it's probably Ubuntu based. Starting now. Okay, so I had to enter. Oh no, look how small that is. Next, or enter. Next. So it's not working too well. Select WLAN. Whoops, I accidentally opened VirtualBox over here. When do you switch to Linux again? I have about another 2 weeks of putting myself through hell, and then we will be back onto Linux. Input, mouse integration, capture. Yeah, this is weird. The forward and back buttons aren't working. It's a sad day for JingOS. But you gotta think they're probably just making it work with their tablets as good as they can, and they're not worried about VirtualBox necessarily. But like I can't even go back, but I can select and deselect this. So if I do that and hit next, maybe? No? Okay, this may have been a failed mission. So that's selected. Aw. Yeah, it's probably not going to work now. Hit the space button. No, see, the space button's not working either. Space, nor enter, nor arrow, nor tab. We got nothing. Here, I'll go like this, right control, devices. Here, I'm going to try one thing real quick. We're going to change the, I'm going to do something with the mouses real quick. So I'm going to power this down, go over to settings, and we want the input. So where is the input? Display, system, acceleration, general, advanced, disk encryption. I thought the input was in here too. You might have to only do this during when the system's on. Yeah, so what we'll do, let's try this again. You could try that KVM Vert Manager trigger, yeah. So input, here, let's go full screen on this guy. Oh, I have that enabled, I probably shouldn't. So, input, mouse integration, disable. Okay, we'll see if that works. What's your choice about CPU, Intel or AMD in a Linux system? I'm super biased to AMD, so I'm not really one to ask. My answer is obviously going to be AMD, but that's because of their to turn it off. Yeah, that's because just the price to performance ratio you get is really good. I have a Ryzen 3700X, and it really does the trick. Let's see if we can get this Jing thing to work. So I did turn off mouse integration. So now we're going to see if this works here. Oh. Did I go too quick? View, input. Okay. Yeah, it's still not, it's not wanting to cooperate. That's fine. We'll do that a different time. I'll figure out what's going on and probably this should be a separate video anyways, going over this version of Jing, because we haven't gone over that version. So let's just disable that. But yeah, I tried the mouse integration. I've used the Control-Alt to get in and out, and I disabled and enabled it. It's not wanting to work. But it's not the fault of JingOS. Like I said, they are working on their tablets, and that is their primary focus. The last thing they're worried about is if it works or not in VirtualBox. So yeah, this might have been a shorter stream. Actually, no, we're going to play some Fall Guys. I'm going to chit-chat with you guys. I'm not going to do anything else that's super cool going forward. We're going to open up a game and just play chit-chat. I'm going to be paying attention to stream or to the chat. I'm going to drag this over here. So, if you all are interested in that, and I will be answering any questions or anything you guys have to ask in the chat. Pizza Living Nerd, Control Right G. JingOS can run WeChat app, which is, yep, it can run the WeChat app. They made for certain of that. I'm very excited to have that review of the JingPad. That's one of the main things I'm looking at. As you could tell from everything I've said in this stream so far, the waiting for that JingPad to show up is by far the #1 thing I'm most excited for. I might also be working on a deal to get my content translated into Mandarin and put up on a Chinese, basically YouTube. So that might be something that's going on, but I'm still checking out the contract and all of that. It's Chinese, so I gotta really make sure I'm not signing my life away. Well, with any contract you're going to be signing, make sure you don't sign your life away. In all seriousness, you can donate to me, I guess, as TechHut knows. Yeah, I threw you a little when I saw that link, because you do great work, and you help me out too. Can JingPad run Windows? Well, Windows does have ARM capable not ISOs, but you could get Windows to work on ARM, so I don't see why it necessarily wouldn't work on JingOS, personally. It's with anything to do with technology, if there's a will, there's a way. Somebody's going to figure it out, and yeah. You joke about that, yeah. Ubuntu Kylin is trying to appeal to Chinese users. That's the one thing. There's a lot of different Chinese things that do kind of the same thing. There's a lot of different Chinese alternatives to YouTube. There's a lot of Chinese Linux distributions. And ultimately, they're all just trying to compete for market share to an extent. Well, this is like zero gravity. Uh-oh. Cheers to the nations, by the way. For those of you. Yeah. Yeah, like he said, Dominique does great work, and he does have a donate option now. It's definitely well worth it. Man, I do not know what I'm doing, do I? Yeah, this isn't I've never done this. I'm so used to the classic ones. I think you can pick and choose which ones you get sucked into. So we're gonna go like that, and then land on this one, hopefully. About Garuda Linux for a first-time user. It's a good one, especially if you have a decent computer. If you don't have a decent computer, it's kind of a hit or miss situation. I was hoping that would bounce me. Oh yeah, Fall Guys for Android would be cool. It would be the perfect Android game because you could just have it, just like with the Call of Duty controls. Those would work perfectly fine. But I got to enjoy this while I'm running Windows because I never play this unless if I have Windows, which when I run Windows, it's very, very rare. 24 are already qualified and I'm on like the second step. I just need to be more patient. There we go. If I actually do qualify, that would be really surprising. Oh yeah, see. No way. Yeah, Farron does have a donate thing. You could go and donate to Farron OS. I did a little bit, so if anybody else wants to, that would be cool. Adding a more formal donate page. Yeah, it's through PayPal right now, which it worked fine. Works perfectly fine. But it's good to support the project. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you could set up donate pages. I know a long time ago when I used to run a Minecraft server, I had the donate through. Oh yeah, have a good one, pizza. I had a donate thing through PayPal, and people would like spend $1 to get like a diamond pickaxe. I think it was through Bycraft, things like that. That was a long time ago though. Oh, that's glitchy looking. On stream, anyways. Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time. This is one of the new ones too. I'm not good at these. I do thank you all for showing up. I usually don't stream on Thursdays. All right. So we're gonna try. Oh, I didn't. I should have left. Now we'll just completely get out of here. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna end it here. We talked about basically everything we need to talk about. The main reason for me doing this is to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, who has supported, commented, liked. Even if you've disliked my videos, you have at least had to have the YouTube page open with the video playing to hit that dislike button. So even to you guys, I thank you. It means a lot to me. 100,000, not 100,000. That's the goal. I wanted that many ever since I uploaded my first video on what was it? How to make HD texture packs in Minecraft. Been around quite a while. The reason why I'm not the channel's not bigger than it could be is because I stopped uploading right after high school and worked like a 60-hour-a-week union job for 5 years, and I just realized I didn't like that and got a better job, which gave me more time to do this. And now, to be completely blunt, I'm doing this on a nearly completely full-time basis. I do other things. Oh, thank you, Mitchell. Noob. Yeah, my gaming skills are not good. You could tell how much I play this game based on the little bit of things you've seen. But yeah, I started off a long time ago, very long break, and now this is essentially what I do on a full-time basis other than some other side work and other projects. I'm a student. I go to school, but it's because of you guys. It's because of super chats like that and all the people who subscribe that I'm able to do this, do what I enjoy, and make fabulous content. Well, in my opinion, I'm biased towards myself, obviously. Uh, but yeah, so I do thank you all for that. That's the main reason I did this. So I'm going to read chat for a minute before I go ahead and end this. One of the things that I've noticed, I've very recently started live streaming more consistently because I need to practice to actually get decent at it. So I do thank you all for watching. Good videos, man. Thank you so much. Windows 11 users dislike the video. Yeah, I've noticed that because, yeah, Windows 11 users. But I've noticed that a lot of the times, in like especially videos of live streams, you can see that I'm running Windows 11, and Linux users, like Linux people who use Linux, like me myself too, are their absolute worst enemy. Because like I could pull up comments on comments of people saying, "Oh, you're using Windows? And so dislike. I can't watch this." It's it's just silly. Like the only reason I'm really running it is so I actually because I make content. Well, at least the Linux content is primarily for getting people to switch or helping people switch. So I need to know what I'm talking about when I'm giving suggestions for people who are running Windows. I need to be able to compare it to something. So that's why I'm using it. And like, I'm not a fan of when software has tracking and spyware and all that stuff, but I'm definitely not as concerned as some of the people out there. It's not. It is a big deal to me. I don't like to be tracked. I use a de-Googled phone at the moment. I very limiting in what I sign up for and what I log into. But man, some people go overboard with that. Like, and it's funny because a lot of the people who are so critical about trackers and all this stuff, if you're uploading YouTube videos, you're using a Google account. I mean, yeah, you might not be signed into anything else, but especially if you're a content creator, they have your bank account information. They have a fix your ID. I mean, just little things like that. Okay, I'll drop that. Uh, joke name of his stream. Good enough, but good to hear. Yep. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Have a good day and night. Good videos. Thank you so much. Could you stream for 1 more hour, please? If I did that, it would probably get very boring because I could keep talking to you guys forever, to be completely honest, or ranting about things. But I am probably going to end it because I like to have at least some things prepared. Oh, look, this turned on. This is something that could be prepared. This is the Pine phone. Yeah, Linux users try and enforce their beliefs on, yeah, literally anything, package manager, software, anything. Honestly, can't wait, to be honest, come a year and the Windows has matured, bloated, and it can still run Android apps. Yeah, I'm super excited for Windows 11, all the bloating scripts to come out. I think on Twitter, Chris Titus was talking about something. Speaking of Twitter, I'm going to put that in the chat because I've been using that quite a bit. But yeah, Chris Titus he's really good when it comes to those debloating scripts. So that's something to watch out for him to come out with one of those. He might have already, but I'm not 100% sure. Speaking of Twitter, because that's where I saw it. And look, Pizza Loving Nerd is on Twitter. So make sure you go follow him as well as Dominique. But myself is what I'm going to do. And if you go to who I'm following, you can follow some cool people. So we're going to go like that, and then we're going to go like that, and we're going to replace the pinned message with that. Beautiful. Yeah. The PinePhone wants you to stream longer. Yeah, I can, this came on. I didn't even turn it on. Let's see if, is this the right password? Yeah, it is. Look, beautiful PinePhone. I'm going to load Manjaro onto this and do a video on that. I want to make sure it's in screen. But this is currently running Posh. I believe this is Postmark OS is running on this one right now. But yeah, like we have, oh, it's OpenSUSE. You saw that. Yeah, this is running OpenSUSE. And I was using this as my main phone for a while. You can see if I go into chats. Oh, it got rid of them. I did have chats and all that in here, but go ahead and open up a terminal. Run that. I don't think I have NeoFetch installed. I have a video where I like did a lot of crazy stuff with this thing. Yeah, NeoFetch is installed, but you can see it does pretty good. If I hide my face, it might focus on it. You have the full Linux terminal. It's absolutely beautiful. 500 yen. Thank you so much. I support you from Japan. Easy to understand. English, very helpful. Thank you so much. I do support, well, I support you, but I do thank you for supporting me and liking what I do. It means a lot to me. It really does. Ooh, maybe I can show you guys the phone, the camera. One thing with these PinePhones is the camera is absolutely horrid. I'm gonna grab this and like look at that camera quality. That is one of the worst. It's like it's nearly black and white. It's like the sad. I wish I could take a picture real quick and throw it up on screen. That would be funny. But I talk crap, but this thing does some pretty cool stuff, and I love the fact it's just all GNU Linux. It's really a nice little device. Let's see, thank you. Your English is great. Yeah, true. But like here, I was on mobile Twitter. I used this thing for like 4 days as my main device, and I couldn't do it because I was starting to miss calls, and the texting is hit or miss depending on what distribution you're running. And like right now it's not loading worth a dang. So we'll try. I always try to go to CNN to load up a website, but I always forget that that's one of the most bloated garbage websites that you could go to. One thing, I wish the Ubuntu Touch worked better on this thing. You can see I finally got Twitter kind of loading. Because Ubuntu Touch is awesome. What's your daily phone? Right now, I made a very critical mistake. I lost my phone, which sucks. So right now I'm using this. I just did a video on this phone. It was cool they sent it to me because I needed it. This is a Samsung A5. I believe it's like a $50 phone. But I'm just gonna keep using this until the next Google Pixel comes out and pick up that phone. Speaking of, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. I'm really excited for the Google Pixel. I was about to end stream, but now I just thought of something else. So that one guy that asked me to stream for a little bit longer is gonna be be happy. If you search for PinePhone on Google, your face is in the sidebar above the wiki info. No, hold on. Google.com. I don't believe that. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But that's just images because of that. That's cool. But yeah, that's just because of images, because of this thumbnail. Good video, by the way. This is the unboxing video for that. Any video I make is going to be a decent video. I'm super biased towards myself for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's a good little phone, especially if you're tinkering around with it. But what I was going to go to is the Pixel 6. That is what I'm going to wait for. I'm just going to go ahead, suck it up, and use this $50 Samsung phone. It has a ROM on it, which is really nice. I did a video on that too. But I'm going to use that until this comes out, and I'll be okay. Because like the phone I had previously was it was the OnePlus 7T, which is an absolutely magnificent phone. To this day, I'm very sad I lost it. And I know right once I get a different phone is when it's going to show up. uh, but, yay, more chit chat. Cool, I have a Pixel, looking forward to the next one. Yeah, I've never purchased myself like a flagship brand new phone. I've never done that. But I think I might with this. Because like the OnePlus 7T, which is the phone I had for the last like for the last like 2 years. I purchased that like 2 years after it came out. I always wait a couple years to purchase a phone because I'm just kind of cheap. I don't like to spend full price on anything. But I don't think that this is going to be incredibly expensive. Probably $700-800, hopefully. I would like the Pro, but the normal Pixel 6 is going to be completely fine. IO'd? Yeah, it is IO'd. Imagine a Chrome OS distro for that open source, yeah. And secondly, still needing to root and use a GamePad touch merger. OnePlus makes amazing phones. Yeah, I would get a OnePlus 6 just for the Linux support, because that's one thing, like, one of the best Ubuntu Touch. This, in my opinion, is the absolute best Linux mobile operating system out there. It doesn't support the Pine phone to the extent that I would need it to use it on a daily basis. But if this had like 100% support, so like if you go under supported devices on their website, this is their phone, the Vala. I'm so bad with pronouncing things. I think maybe it's other devices or all devices. Yeah, it brings up a little progress bar here, which goes over the supported features. And if we go up here to the very tippy top, the Pixel A, Fairphone, the OnePlus is up here somewhere. The OnePlus 5T, OnePlus 2, but all of these phones have pretty good support. There it is. OnePlus 6T. So the battery life, it has basically everything you need for it to run on a daily basis. There's a couple things that, like wireless external monitor, offline charging, but those aren't things that you need to run it. But like me, I have the Pine phone, obviously. And the Pine phone is way down here somewhere. There's the Pine book, Pine phone. And you can see with the Pine phone, like the camera, video doesn't work, flashlight doesn't work, switching between cameras doesn't work. The media text messages doesn't work. There's just too much. No reboot needed after 1 week. You have to restart. I had to restart it so many times, like because it would freeze and you'd have to pull the battery out, put it back in. The Pine phone does not work very good with Ubuntu Touch, but even with all of these issues, I still had the best experience on it running the Ubuntu Touch. But I would also like this. That's the original Plus One, the OnePlus One. That works really well. The Fairphone's nice too, and the one IO'd website, or IO'd, or however you pronounce it, they sell Fairphones as well. So if you do want to get a Fairphone, you can order it from them to go ahead and promote or to support them, because they make a wonderful Android ROM. Pixel 6, I have a Pixel 3a Plus, quoted from TechRadar, by the way. The only Pixel 6 release date rumor so far is to expect in October. That could slip into November if there's a chipset shortage. Man, can I wait that long? Let's see, how many months is that? So July 7, 1, 2, 3. 3 months? Yeah, I could run this phone for 3 months. It's not that bad. I mean, it doesn't, like, the antennas on it suck, so I lose service all the time. It's not too terrible. It's a good little phone, especially if you don't have a lot of money and you need a phone that works. It's from 2017, so it's not incredibly old, but it works. It was kind of my fault. I wasn't like, I was trying not to be greedy when they emailed me, because they offered to send me like a Samsung S9 or something. He said I could either send you this or the S9. And I said, keep your S9, I'll take this. But now I kind of wish I took that S9 because I have no phone. Well, other than that. But I was trying not to be greedy, which is good, ultimately. Um, yeah, I have something I'm going to announce on Twitter. I don't want to announce it on stream. So if whomever happens to be watching, if you follow me on Twitter, I will definitely announce that pretty soon. It's kind of important to me. It's a personal thing. It's not really a Tech Hut thing. But I will be announcing something on Twitter coming up here pretty soon. With that, I have now run out of things to talk about. We are about an hour and 10 minutes in. I do thank you all for watching very much. The stream might not go live right away as far as reruns, because I'm going to cut out the spot where the audio is screwing up in the beginning, so it's going to be processing for a while. But with all that said, I do hope all of you have a wonderful day. Make sure you check out the... sorry, I support you meme is... Japanese people are also looking forward to it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, have a wonderful day. To absolutely everybody watching this, go follow me on Twitter if you would like to. Odyssey as well. I don't promote Odyssey nearly as much as I should, but Odyssey is a wonderful free and open source software. It's like I gotta Google Translate something. Hopefully it's not something bad. Google Translate. Qsen. Yeah, go follow me on Odyssey. It's a good platform. I don't want to drag this on for too long, so I do hope everybody has a beautiful day. We've got some wonderful things to come, so do make sure you are all subscribed. With all that said, have a beautiful day, and good. Bye. I'm going to wait just a sec because last time it cut me off. Have a wonderful day, Dominique.